Mister, it would really help if you had a real guest instead of a dead woman. It would really help.
Excuse me? I only buy the finest wines and cheeses. Cheeses of which I can't even pronounce. From
Really?
Bolivia,
Nice.
Australia,
Okay.
Ireland, Yugoslavia.
So you travel a lot?
Yes, but I knew this one man,
What was his name?
Benjamin.
Oh gosh.
I know
Okay.
you're out there. The difference between you and me? I have cheese with my wine.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
Wow.
I am something of a traveler.
Really?
Yeah.
So you travel, maybe like every month or just
Whenever I get the
how
feeling in my
frequently?
heels.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a calling. That's like a calling.
Yeah, the calling. Yeah, there you go. I like your style.
That's
So
cool.
what brings you around?
I heard you had cheese,
You want to try some of my
but I heard
finest
you could be
cheese?
kind of stingy with it.
Look,
Kinda
I'm just
stingy with it.
I'm just a lover of the
Okay,
finer
okay.
things in life. But
Thank you.
yeah, help
Thank you.
yourself, baby girl. I'm trying to watch my physical anyhow.
Physique. Yeah.
You know, but you can overindulge in the finer thing, and then you just
Definitely.
don't realize it happens.
My uncle Charlie did that. He overindulged.
Yeah, I mean,
Drank too much whiskey, threw up
Oh.
on the floor. I think he got some vomit on his piano, and then when he found out he vomited on his piano, he went outside and started firing his gun. I think he said, "Fuck you, motherfuckers." He was very upset. Because he's a distinguished musician.
when did
Nobody
this
ever noticed him. Big
When did
shout
this
out to
happen?
Charlie.
Big shout out to Charlie.
Yeah, I think it happened back in '86.
That sounds about right.
Probably in '86.
I had Uncle
yeah.
Johnny that was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That was back in the Motley Crue days.
Definitely.
You know, there was some.
He was dapper,
I mean, they looked clean, but when the sun went down, oh,
All hell breaks loose.
and then they'll be back at work in the morning, just
Like nothing ever
like
happened.
nothing ever happened.
Nothing
But it was
happened.
like, is that you in the news? No, it's not. I was not out there running butt naked with 6 shooters, screaming,
Here's your
"Free the free
Wonderful
world."
cheese. It got me titillated. I think I creamed myself.
That was for you,
Oh
Charlie.
my gosh! How dare you? How dare you lose
That was Charlie.
This-
He took it. He lives behind the piano.
decadent cheese? How dare you?
I have this little thing.
Mhm.
I do every Saturday.
Please don't open your fly. You said this little thing. I suspected. You know, men who don't have a big member want to flaunt, and they tend to. Okay. So what is it? What is it?
Items of interest, poems, and propaganda.
Sure.
We're gonna hit you with I hit the latest news. You know, I keep my ear to the ground.
Sure.
Some scientists believe there is a 1 in 3 chance we're living in a simulation. According to University of Oxford, what's the cat's name? Professor Nick Bostrom. That's Bostrom. Simply, we are these characters in a role-playing game. That's RPG. The nerds really took over this time. See how long that lasts.
Yeah,
They're choking on their own fucking vomit themselves.
They took over.
I remember these kids though, but go ahead. I remember these kids.
Yeah, they decided that they didn't want to get a job. They didn't want to make anybody proud, so then they just decided we're gonna build our own reality.
They did get a job.
I'm just kidding.
They did get a job, and it was the
Yeah.
highest paid. They in Silicon Valley now with Cheeto dust on
Yes.
their chest.
Yeah.
Fucking, they had fucking set, and they're driving Ferraris and getting their fat dick sucked, but they're
Cheetoed their way into success.
But they told me when we was kids growing up, because I was an oddball. I swear, if you see the picture of it, I was a crazy one. I came right out the fucking woods. And there's this, we're gonna take over the world someday. They were like that.
Yeah,
I remember one, and his name was Alex.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they hated me so much because they were like, I have to get him to do my studies in the laboratory. I'm like, go home and drink some mouthwash, maybe some Robitussin, and watch Scooby-Doo and draw a little bit. I stole my dad's records. I don't know. Fucking. Yeah. I can't sleep. I can't stop thinking. And they're like, you don't study in class. You're always staring out the window. And they're like, he's a failure. But on test day, you know what bothers that kid Alex the most? When he made 100, but I got the bonus question right, and I made 110.
Got the bonus.
And I look at him and like, I don't know why I didn't, it's not that hard. And God damn it, that's the way he was. I'm funnier than you. I'm smarter than you. My dad's gonna beat me if you beat it. He said that I'm stupid because the trashy kid got a better. Dude, the kid that wrote the essay, I remember the day I sent this motherfucker into a tailspin. And it was the essay we had to write on this, and it was over the weekend. Everybody hated it. It was like this thick of an essay on the Dust Bowl. I had the book. You know, I opened it up and read the first paragraph and didn't do nothing about it until an hour before I had to go to school, and I wrote an essay on that, based on that one paragraph and what I thought the rest of the story would be. And in that class, everyone failed, and she said, but one person, everyone got an F, but one person, and I thought,
the bastard who didn't study.
And she slapped the fucking page on mine and said, and she gave me 110.
Yeah.
He said, this is the only person who ever studies in this class. This motherfucker always had a seizure because he knew I was out back huffing glue and scribbling in a notebook somewhere. No, that is what I did. And I drove the computer teacher insane with that shit.
Oh my God.
Because I'd go home and study in an hour and outdo everyone, including the teacher themselves. That is to die for.
Very funny.
But those are the kids. They mad now, and they hate people like me. And
so you think his downfall is
well,
he was too nervous because
he was too involved in the structure that he was set up.
Okay.
Because I think it's the learning system that he was set up in, because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I like, but the thing is, when you learn that quick, it's under pressure.
Right.
I love the thrill of being under pressure when you really have to. I love that feeling.
You think it was
But to sit there and think you can practice and study it every day, when it comes to knowledge like that, you have to understand it and study it.
Yes, you do.
But there's no structure to that. You have to. There's a certain way of going about it. This fucking.
That's it.
You gotta march, and you gotta walk in line, you gotta have lunch, you gotta do your homework, all that. No. You need stress relief, but I like music, and I like freeing myself, but but I was already into learning. I love to learn. It's just I had to do it on my own. I don't like doing it with groups where I feel pressure from people judging me.
Okay, you don't learn from...
But I do it by myself when I call it a think tank.
Monotony.
But I like to draw and create a think tank where I have a board and I have ideas and I do things in a certain order.
So it's not monotonous.
Yeah, but that's the way I like to do it. I like strategy.
Right. You're more likely to learn better if you make it engaging, interesting, you make it meaningful.
Mothers Against Drunk Podcasting hit new magazine. It's incredible. Also, last week, the self-help book dropped. Trying to watch a figure in the South while being a man dressed with mad flavor.
So you basically described my Uncle Charlie. He was dressed with mad flavor. Also, he was a drunk, but back in his day he didn't have podcasts. But if he did have a podcast, he would be fucking pissed right now. He would be stomping the floor.
This is what I wanted.
He'd be running his hand through his hair. He would be sweating profusely. He'd have a mean look in his eye. He'd probably tell his wife Debbie, get in that kitchen. I'm gonna need another. I'm gonna need another one. I can't take this anymore. The scrutiny. I already didn't have it going for me to begin with. God damn it! That's what he'd say. Yeah, and he'd stomp his foot. Pissed. It's good he didn't have a podcast. Let me tell you, he'd be dapper as a motherfucker. But see how quickly that smile would just disintegrate off his fucking face the day they say, no more drunk podcasters, we don't want to hear from you anymore. Awful.
It's like, dang, I'm not going out without a fight on this one.
No.
No.
He's gonna fight.
I had something.
He's about half Irish.
I finally had something that made me happy, and these bitches want to ruin that
He's
too.
half Irish. He's not having it.
Why don't you go watch your kids play soccer and fuck off?
He's gonna succeed.
I got a podcast to do. I'm in the bathtub.
He's got, He's got a wife with a beautiful figure. He's got a lot
and she's
to lose.
But then you got these soccer moms that are fat. Their husbands beat them once a month. And they got to watch the kids and they don't like it because if they're not happy, those wild people, they make too much noise.
You know what he's got to think about?
They fuck.
Do you know what he's got to think about? Thomas up the road who's eyeing his wife. He's got to think about this motherfucker. Meanwhile, he's striving to succeed.
He just wants to succeed.
And he knows.
He's not thinking about nothing else. He just wants the best. Or it's a Bonnie and Clyde situation.
Yeah. He's got the sweetest wife. He knows.
Yeah, it's Bonnie and Clyde all over again, but we want to do it right this time.
It's awful. Thomas is sweet on her.
Haters are gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you could do about it, but you could get a golf club and... Okay, never mind.
It ain't worth it.
It's not worth it. It's really not.
Let them hate. They only hate
themselves.
Just
let them go.
Just let them go. They just hating themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they put fucking buttons on the son of a bitch for a reason. If you don't like it, just turn the damn thing off.
Turn it off.
Now, Simon Cowell from America's Got Talent was hurled from the back of an electric bike. I knew he was gay, but now he's a fruit and a vegetable? His new bio book will be read like, The World and Life of a Fruitable Me.
Okay, but my question is, but was he running from a preacher? That's the only question I have. And was the preacher trying to jizz in his mouth? I just want to know. Do you think maybe that's why he had to get on that bike as fast as possible and he ended up getting hurled off the thing?
I'm going to go conspiracy theory.
Was he going downhill?
I'm going to go conspiracy theory on this one.
Okay.
Now, I've had, I just had this glimpse. Now, I was about to go with you down this road, but I had this glimpse. It kind of twisted it a little bit, and I call that, well, nothing. It just hit me all of a sudden. I saw the preacher and him chasing, but I said, what if?
Okay, I'm following you.
He was a preacher of his own church called AGT.
Okay.
And he was chasing the preacher.
Okay.
And he wanted to jizz in his mouth. But when he flew from the bike, they got entangled in some kind of strange way where it looked like the preacher was jizzing in his mouth, where he broke his back and actually jizzed in his own mouth.
Oh my.
And then they put the charges on the preacher because he didn't want nobody to find out.
Yeah. That's really profound. I mean...
It's a cover-up.
Cover-up? Do you think so? Yeah.
And now the preacher's going to pay because he's high up. We can't have this
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not... Would you say it's a conspiracy?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the AGT.
Okay.
America's Got Talent.
Wow.
But he is the most talented.
Okay.
But it would ruin a $1 trillion business. We can't have that.
Makes sense.
Next season is supposed to be hot.
It's gonna be...
and without Simon.
It's going to be hot.
It can't be as hot as it has to be.
Right. They can't have him sitting there with one eyeball hanging out, and he's gonna...
But he's gonna be back. It said he's gonna be back.
That's bad.
He's gonna
Right.
struggle and he's gonna fight through and he's gonna be
Yeah,
back.
you know.
But that preacher is going to
He
trial.
can't be sitting there with busted up teeth and...
No, he's gonna be
That's
fixed
bad.
up. He's gonna be fixed up and
Really
in
bad.
the chair by next season. All right.
Next season.
What else do you got? I'm gonna get ahead of
Let's
myself.
see. What is going on here? What's going on here?
Tell me about it, sister.
All right. I think we have something here. So,
You want some more cheese?
yes, sir.
Have some more. I mean, I
Thank
paid
you.
top dollar for this. I get it flown over. It's gonna waste it.
Someone is rummaging
rest of it.
through your vehicle. What do you do?
Mm.
He doesn't notice you're watching him. What is your first move?
Alright. So, set me up. Where am I? Where am I?
You're in the parking lot outside the grocery store.
What kind of grocery store?
It's basic, just all essentials. You're going in there basically to buy some
Dollar
meats
store
and,
like Walmart.
meats and bread. I mean, grocery store.
Alright. I'll say like the local then. That's always a dicey move. I can see this happen. You go in the grocery store.
Mhm.
You go in there to get, like, let's say we want some eggs, bread, butter, a couple rolls of toilet paper.
Mhm.
Nothing big. But you walk around a little bit and look around. You always pick up a couple of things extra. Like my girl wants some little Debbie's or something. Maybe I
Aw.
want to get
So
like
cute.
something I see that I didn't think about. You always spend a little bit more time than you want to. I try not to, but it happens.
Mhm.
Then you come out the door, and you look and there's a guy rumbling through your truck. Because maybe it was a little later, it's about closing time.
Mhm.
First thing I do is, I set my shit down. I sit on the floor because I'm coming back for this shit. Trust me. But as you're walking, look around. You can always find a rock or something.
Yeah.
Or if all else
Of course.
fails, hold your keys so that one's sticking out.
Oh
In
yeah.
your fist.
Devastating.
But I always got something. You can find anything, any blunt, and walked up and I always held it behind and said, "Excuse me, sir." It was the most polite, innocent, like you're a tourist. I'm lost. Okay, do you know? And you know the area, so name the closest town, which is Anderson. That's like 10, 15 minutes away. Which way is Anderson? I got lost. I'm from Illinois.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh, because they're gonna be panicked, but. You pretend you don't like this guy. This is obviously his car, and they get frustrated too. But when they go to point, that's when you cuff them right in the side of the fucking head. That or you take your hand and hit them right in the ear as hard as you can. But I know where the baseball bat is. I got it because I got it where I can pull it right out. And you beat this motherfucker and you can call cooking the ribs.
Yeah, cook them.
Go back and get
Cooking
your groceries.
the ribs.
Yeah, he's not. You tell him you might want to call 911 because he's definitely got a
He had some
concussion.
hot sauce.
And you'll be on the fucking local news the next day. Because obviously that guy, when they pull up his record, has got problems.
With their cute little victorious face. On the news.
That's why nobody touches my fucking truck.
Yeah. Set an example.
But that's a horrible way to be.
So they never come back.
But it's never that bad. It's never that bad, but I have maybe
It can
twice in my life.
It can
But that's
happen.
twice in 37 years, so.
Yep.
But it happens quick.
Mhm.
But no, it's nothing. I mean, but I wouldn't be able to sleep for a week because it hurts my feelings.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I hate to see somebody like that,
Yeah. Oh,
But, don't fuck with my shit. Because
Yeah.
that's all I got,
Mhm.
But it really breaks my heart. But they're in a bad spot, though.
Yeah.
I'll come talk to them when they get better. Is it my turn? Scientists pulled animal DNA out of resin, and now it's time to prepare for a real Jurassic Park. The universities of Bonn, B-O-N-N, and colleagues from Spain and Norway extracted genetic material from insects that were embedded 6 and 2 years old resin samples. So it's like we have insects down, so it's only between 6 and 2 years from now that they've gotten this resin from animals that's extinct since our time of living.
Yeah.
Which, it happens.
Right.
And they're practicing on particular DNA from extincted animals. In the future, they want to experiment on prehistoric creatures from prehistoric times and extract DNA and recreate them. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
Myself, now that's the reanimation.
Wild.
That is reanimation.
Right.
But that DNA is a living cell. How wild, man. I to be honest with you, I always wanted to see a dinosaur.
Yep. And there's also somebody out there right now who wants to get down with the dinosaur. There's some.
But the thing is, that's fascinating.
People.
But what they use it for is a different story.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think that is fascinating. But who are the people to use it? Like, because I think you can have it a good way, or you can use it in a bad way. I just like what if the intentions are good, but who's to say?
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but it's rarely ever good. People can take a good thing and then they turn it into something twisted.
They take that technology and they use it for something else.
Something
asinine. That means they can make but if they can do that, that means they could easily get DNA from you, and how many kindreds can they make?
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
That's terrifying. I would not suggest that.
Oh shit, we did that. Never mind. Woo! I stepped on my own toes.
Right. Yeah, okay. Sure.
You got anything else?
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Wild shit.
Wow.
I like it. I like your style. I like how you came in here. How was your week, by the way?
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Mine was long, but it wasn't bad.
So, do you believe we can reanimate the dead? And do you remember that fellow who transplanted the head of one dog onto another dog's body?
I do. Yeah, I remember this. I think, was this that time I took that month off before I got into the job I got now?
Sure,
where
it was. Yeah.
Where, I just got healthy and... Because I was stressed out because of that last job. It was so bad, I literally had to get in fist fights with people late at night from the area, and it wasn't worth my life.
Right.
I didn't even, in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, I never had that kind of problem.
Right.
If you mind your bit, I mean, it's just incredible to me, but down here, it's just like...
Different environment. Yep.
I don't know, there's something about it, but it comes so quick, it's so quiet. That's the problem. There's not that many people around.
Right.
In the city, it's always happening.
Oh yeah.
Usually, you get fucked up because
Definitely.
It's the way you walk, talk. But if you're slipping, you're slipping.
Yep.
But around here, it just happens. Like they jump out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I never had that trouble in the city, and I lived in Newark, New Jersey at a time. I didn't even know it was that bad until later, but it was just...
So reanimation.
But we studied this guy during this peaceful period, and he was either Russian or German. I want to say he was Russian. The scientist. He wanted to detach the head. He said you could detach the head from a human body and attach it to another body.
Yes.
So you could live forever. But you couldn't do that. But he could do it with animals. So he was doing it with dogs and cats. And he was taking the heads off and showing that you could keep the head alive and attach it to another body. And It was so fucked
That's
up.
wild. That's
like
wicked.
it terrified people.
Yes, I can
I don't remember. Did he
understand
die?
why.
Or
Not entirely sure.
I can't
What
remember how that
became
ended,
of
but it
him?
was bad. Like they ridiculed the shit out of it because they
Yes.
said he was playing God.
Yes, and also there were ethical problems.
Yeah. But he was a mad scientist.
Yes.
But it's like the idea of Frankenstein.
Yeah. But here's my question. You know, people supposedly had a big problem with it.
He was successful.
But do you think they're actually doing it on the DL? You think they're
Well,
actually doing
if that technology and his studies were that far back, I mean, this was way back. What did you say, 30s, 40s?
Probably. Yeah.
By now,
Yeah.
with the technology that we have, it's so advanced more than we know. Oh, oh shit.
I imagine so.
You would shit your rubber. Or maybe people are just completely retarded across the board.
Yeah. I'm just really curious if anyone revisited that type of experiment, and if they actually went further with it, and what did they...
You know they did.
You know?
They had cell phones back then.
Yeah.
They already had cell phones. It was already simple technology.
Mm-hmm. They'll have a cell phone for Sanford.
Well, they have to have technology that we don't know about, because if we had it, they want to be They want to be steps further than us, because they want to have more power.
Sure.
Than we have. So their government and whoever, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We're just babes in the woods. What I do know is I don't give a fuck. I got my own technology.
Yes.
And that's all I need. I need my mind, my hands, my feet, my
It's very
soul.
important. Yeah.
I don't need nothing else.
That's all that matters.
So they can have all they want.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I got, and I have what I want.
Yeah.
To be whole.
Mm-hmm.
My penis is so clean, I wash my hands before I piss. The gentle giant is cleaner than I ever will be. After touching it, the flavor of my food is better. That's why I only eat with my hands.
I like how you were about to say genital giant. I like how you were about to say that. Wow.
It is genital giant.
It is. Really?
And then I changed it to gentle, but originally it is genital
Really?
giant. That's the way it's written. The genital giant.
Wow.
Then I switched it to gentle accidentally.
Oh,
Originally it says the genital giant. I thought that was funny.
That's nice.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What's the basic idea behind it, do you think? I mean,
Your genitalia is cleaner than your whole body.
Right, your hair is actually the dirtiest. Did you know that?
But I thought, you know the reason why I didn't get this virus?
Mm-hmm.
It's because I keep my penis clean. It's a receptacle.
Yeah.
So it's a bitch.
Oh my God.
It receives. And I think because people wash their hands after they touch their genitals,
Right, yeah.
is why they get the coronavirus. Nobody studied this.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in the shit since it started, knee
Definitely.
deep. And you've seen these nasty
You're still alive.
You see these nasty rednecks dropping
Yep.
dead. And we're one of the hottest states for deaths. It's just going up. But look at me. I'm walking through there. You know why? I wash my